Before we get into the show, there is a way that you can help support the show. A very easy way, in fact.
If you go to our website, eatlunchandboardgame.com, click on the Get the Games tab. There we have affiliate links to many of the games and books we have talked about. If you're interested in purchasing any, by clicking on the link, a small portion of your purchase will go to us.
But we promise to use the money wisely by buying more games to review.
We take our jobs very seriously.
Now on with this great episode.
While collecting the Rivals editions, a Hasbro game called Pictureka came up. Turns out this 2006 game by designers Glenn D. Hunt, Arne Lauwers, and Sylvia Meert, two of which also did the artwork, fits the profile of what I've been researching. It has multiple versions, including a card game, a cube game, not dice, and even a few intellectual properties thrown in for good measure. What struck me was, I had never even heard of this game, and it's almost 20 years old, and I did not recognize the box art once I looked into it. The game's tagline is, find it fast, find it first. In Pictureka, you and your opponents race to find things in a very busy tiles that make up the board. I procured both the original game and the Rivals edition to see what I had been missing. Welcome back to Eat Lunch and Board Game. I'm your host, Adam Collins. And let's take a look at the rule clarity for Pictureka and Pictureka Rivals Edition. The rules for both versions are very straightforward. Each rule, and there are only about 3, is well written and leaves no room for interpretation. Time to explain to newcomers. Less than 5 minutes. As I just said, there are only 3 rules. Gameplay. For the base game, take the 9 tiles and lay them out in a 3x3 grid. Separate the cards by the color on their back and set them to the edge. That's it. That's the setup. All of it. I hope I haven't lost anyone yet. The original game comes with 2 dice, a color die and a standard D6. What's funny? The Rivals Edition combined them into one custom D6, and it works much better. Anyway, the active player rolls the color die. There are 3 colors that correspond with the 3 decks we sorted at the startup. Each color is a different type of search. Blue. Everyone searches for the exact match of the top card of the blue deck. It is important that it is the exact match. There are multiple anchors, but only one will match the card. The first player to correctly find it gets the card. Green. The active player then rolls the standard die, and the result is how many of the item on the green card they must find in 30 seconds, timed by the included sand timer. These items could be hats, bow ties, butterflies, etc. Find that many, take the card. Fail, no card. And finally, red. This category is weird. Players bet how many items they can find of the unknown topic in 30 seconds. Like the green category, there'll be things like teeth, flies, modes of transportation. Highest bidder goes. Make the bet, take the card. Fail, no card. The first player to 6 cards wins. Now, I lied, there is another rule. If the top card of the deck features an arrow, the active player must follow what it says. It could be flip a tile, they are double-sided, rotate a tile 90 degrees, or swap the location of 2 tiles. So let's look at the Rivals Edition. In Rivals, the D6 has colored pips, eliminating the need for second die. Genius! But they skimped on the sand timer and require you to use a phone or similar device. I guess they spent that sand timer money on the custom die. Anyway, in the Rivals Edition, set out the grid of 2x2 tiles and get ready to play. Anyway, the gameplay is very similar with these exceptions. Green. Roll the die again for the amount of objects needed to locate in those 30 seconds using your phone timer. Red. Each player selects a tile to put in front of them, then read the red card, flip over your tile, and the first to find the correct object wins the card. Blue, the same as the base game. The symbols of flipping, rotating, and swapping tiles remains, and again, the first to 6 cards wins. Replayability. Sure, the gameplay will never feel different. There's no real strategy, but Pictureka is a fun and entertaining time. When I played with the kids, we played the base game twice, then played Rivals Edition round-robin tournament style. So yeah, it has some replayability and entertainment value. Component quality. There are not a lot of components to Pictureka or Pictureka Rivals Edition. The boards are a nice thick chipboard which should hold up to the wear and tear of play. The dice for the original game are a screen-printed color die and a standard engraved die for the D6. For the Rivals Edition, it is a custom colored D6, and all the dice are rounded corners. The sand timer is your basic one, nothing too fancy. The cards are cheap and not of a standard size, so that you could sleeve them to keep them nice. They will crease and get worn out if not properly taken care of. Lunchtime potential. Certainly. Fair warning though, Pictureka could get a bit raucous. The box lists no game time or amount of players. The BGG page, however, says 2 to 7 players, I don't know how they came up with that, and 30 minutes. I mean, I guess you could play with more, but you might not have enough space to see all the tiles. Pictureka would work well in a lunchtime when people are coming and going. You don't necessarily need to be playing for points. Players could just come in, play a few rounds while they eat, and then leave when they want. The 2-player version will easily play in under 30 minutes. Artwork. The artwork by Sylvia and Glenn, 2 of the designers, is rock solid. It is chaotic, frenetic, and pretty darn funny to boot. It fits the feel of the game perfectly. In the base game, it's all black and white-ish. In Rivals, it is all in color, and that only adds a whole new level of craziness. Expansions. There are no expansions. Other. There are, however, other versions of Pictureka out there that Edward and I need to obtain and play, all in the name of research. Some of them might have already been located and procured, so stay tuned. First up, the card game came out in 2008, around the same era as the Monopoly Deal and Scrabble Slam. I remember these being a gift with purchase handed out many, many years ago. Cubes, with a K, not a C, also came out in 2008, and apparently it was a Target exclusive. Flipper, no, not the dolphin, but a penguin, came out in 2009, and it's apparently electronic. The tagline reads, "He spins, he flips, you find the picks." Sounds weird, but interesting at the same time. Bang for the buck. This is hard for me to judge. I bought Pictureka, the base game, off Facebook Marketplace for a whole $2. So it would be hard to not get $2 worth of use out of it. I mean, we already played it twice. I feel it has been a good investment. However, Rivals Edition cost me $12.59 on eBay. That makes it the most expensive Rivals Edition game I purchased. That seems odd to me. It's the least known game, and it costs the most. I guess it does make some sense, though, as it probably had a smaller print run, making it rare. Not sure if the Rivals Edition will ever be worth the $12, but it has already been played 3 times, so we're getting there. Both these versions would make a great addition to your lunchtime board gaming for those different situations when you just want to play a game for a short amount of time and go back to your desk. Summary. The original Pictureka stands, squats a little with a 5.5 with 1,500 ratings. I can see that on BGG, though it's not friendly to mass market games or party games, and with Pictureka being both, you get it. The Rivals Edition has a 7.0 with a single rating. I should say it had a 7.0 with a single rating. It now has a 6.5 with 2 ratings. That's right, I added mine. As far as games that we have played, Pictureka was an interesting idea with a decent execution. It just didn't do much else beyond that. It's a game that will be played on and off with the daughter because she loves both versions. I am very interested in some of the other versions, though. How do you turn this into a dice game, a card game? And what the heck is this penguin named Flipper? Stay tuned for reviews of these games in the future. As always, you can reach out to us at facebook.com/eatlunchandboardgame. You can always leave us a message at eatlunchandboardgame.com. And as usual, you can email us at eatlunchandboardgame@gmail.com. And remember, board games build bridges. When you're gaming, why not be comfy? Go over to supportplayer.org. Click on the cards, pieces, and dice to get some merch. These t-shirts are some of the most comfortable I have ever worn. That's supportplayer.org, and there's a link on eatlunchandboardgame.com.